Love is love is love on the Queer Family Podcast. Love is love.
What up, Queer Fam Pod? Jamie here, back again in your ears on the Queer Family Podcast. It's so nice to be here with you. I hope you're not minding hearing my voice yet again because, as you know, or maybe you don't know because you're just first tuning in the past 10 days, but for the past 10 days, I have been re-releasing archived episodes because we are gearing up for our Season 11 launch with the new name, the new logo, the new theme song, the new website, the Queer Family Podcast. We are all over the place. And I'm having guest contributors from the past come in to help me with Season 11. And so I have been re-releasing those episodes the past 10 days. And I've got another one for you today. It has been extremely fun for me to revisit these episodes and to remind myself of why I started this show in the first place and why this show matters in the first freaking place. Hearing these guests again takes me right back to the time. I remember the room we were in. I remember if we were in person or not. I remember the laughter we had. I remember the sadness we shared in some cases. It's just been great to go back to it. And I can't wait to reconnect with all of these folks that I have been re-releasing these past few days, many days. All right, so if you're not following the new show on all the channels, I'm on every single social media channel. Well, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We are on those channels at the Queer Family Podcast. So make sure you're following because I'm constantly posting stuff. Everything goes up. That's where you're going to see photos of the guests and videos and random crap that I do on social media. And then also make sure you are subscribed to our website, thequeerfamilypodcast.com. Subscribe to that mailing list because that's where I'm going to send out extra info that you might need to know about. So make sure you're subscribed. Go over there, hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you're subscribed to this podcast. Duh, that's just a given. All right, so let me tell you who I'm bringing in today because I love these folks. I just re-listened to the episode. It's so good. They took me to it. It's like they take you to this dream space, these two beautiful folks. So it's Joanne and Lara. These two come from Season 3, Episode 9, titled Adventures in Transgender Fertility. I'm just going to read it. I was just laughing so much listening. You're going to have a great time with this episode. Lara and Joanne decided they didn't need IVF or frozen sperm to make a baby. Instead, their plan was just to do it the old-fashioned way. But that involved Lara stepping down from hormones and a lot of emotional baggage neither one expected. This episode learned a lot. And this was back in the day. This was like 2018 when we recorded this episode. Learned a lot and also laughed a lot. These two, I can't wait to reconnect with them. And they live in NYC, so we might be able to be in person. Yay! I missed those in-person interviews. This was an in-person interview, so we got to be together and laugh and hug, and it was great. And I can't wait to be back with them again. All right, I want to roll this tape for you. Helen and Beulah want to roll the tape for you because they want to get back to bed. These two, I can't even with the shenanigans. They've been staying with me the whole time. My whole family's tired of them. They're tired of my family. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. My make-believe assistants are driving us all crazy. But they're here to roll the tape, and that's really all that matters. So, all right, Helen and Beulah, roll that tape.
Love is love is love is love.
Hey folks, are you in New York City for Pride? Come see a live taping of If These Ovaries Could Talk. The show is in partnership with WNYC at the Green Space, and our special guest is stand-up comic Jessica Curson. Oh my God, she's amazing. This show is on June 10th at 7 p.m. If you want tickets, go to ovariestalk.com and click the live events button. Get those tickets now.
This episode of If These Ovaries Could Talk is brought to you by Grove, Lively, and Storyworth. We are excited to have them on board.
Oh my God, we
really are.
New bras and spring cleaning supplies.
Who doesn't love that stuff? I do that both together.
Oh my God. Welcome to If These Ovaries Could Talk.
Hi guys, I'm Jamie.
I'm Robin.
We're your hosts.
And we're back We're hosts.
We're hosted.
Oh, don't you know?
What is wrong?
But
Minnesota.
Guys, we were just on spring break vacation, both Jamie and I.
You can't really call it a vacation.
No, because we were with our children.
Yep. Nope. Doesn't count.
I mean, I remember when I was working with my old boss. Shout out to my good friend Tom.
Hey,
And
Tom.
I didn't have kids yet. And he would come in and I'd be like, how was your vacation? He would get so pissed at me. He'd be like, don't call it a vacation. It's a family trip. And then I would never let him have it. I'd be like, it's a vacation. You took vacation.
Were you at a pool, right?
Yeah.
You had a
He was
pool.
like, it's a family. And now I get it.
I
didn't even
totally
go
get
anywhere
it.
there. I was just like running around New York City with my children on like a staycation.
I went home.
And fucking Mary got to stay at work.
Got
It's
to.
like-
That's when you know you're a
Took
parent.
one day off for a
I got to go to work. Yeah, totally. I got to go to the dentist. Like
Sometimes, man, you get to walk the dog.
I know. Yeah, sometimes
You
that's
guys, like,
the
fight
that's
over
the winner.
walking the dog, don't you?
When Rose was little and she was so hard at bedtime, yes, we would be like, I'll take the dog.
Now, where did you go on your little
We
family
went.
trip?
I went to San Francisco to visit my family. My mom. Yeah, it was nice. Anne was only there for 2 days though. It was me and the kids with my mom who helps, so that's cool.
We hit Coney Island, laser tag. We had a birthday. Mary had a colonoscopy.
The birthdays
Too much
are
information.
never ending. At the colonoscopy, you might have crossed the line.
I'm like exhausted from my family trip.
You come out of it more exhausted than you went
Really
into
do.
it. You
You
need
really
a
do.
week to
I'll
sleep.
never do Disney again. We did it once.
We did it
Never
once.
again.
I'm
Never
done.
again.
I don't need to do that. I don't need that.
All right, let's get off ourselves, for God's sakes. Shut up, you two.
Let's talk about who's coming in today.
Okay.
Oh my God. This is a good
Yay.
one.
I'm excited.
They're all good. They're all good.
They really are.
We love them all the same.
This is our stalking
Like moms.
season because these are all like rollovers from season 2 when I started stalking these people.
Well, so how we first heard about this couple, we had multiple people send us this article from the New York Times.
that Joanne wrote.
Yes.
It was called Adventures in Transgender Fertility. And it was in
and
the
it
Times.
was a prolific article.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Did you put that on a card, prolific, and bring it in? And you were like, I'm going to use that word.
No, it came to my head just spontaneously. I know, isn't that amazing when that happens? But I couldn't think of the word discipline like 2 hours ago. So like it balances out.
But it was a really good article. Joanne is a cisgender lesbian
Mm-hmm.
and Lara is a transgender woman. And in the article, Joanne talks about that the way that they're going to start trying to have a baby. And this is a quote from it. She says, we're going to do it the way fertile cisgender people do. They simply couple up and boom, a child is born. And I was like, we need to find out, if that happened. Did they make a baby?
Yeah.
There was like so many things we want to know. And also just like her writing was fabulous. I was like,
She's a great writer.
we really got to get them in
Her
here.
story is so intriguing. And like,
Their story is,
their
so we
story.
started stalking. And it
Took a while.
It took a minute. But we
I think
got
we
'em.
started stalking in like
got
season
'em.
1.
We did. We did.
But we got them and they're coming in and they're lovely.
All right. Should we bring them in?
Yes, let's bring them in. Hi.
Hi.
So, all right. Well, we prepped you a little bit for your elevator pitch. Are you two ready for your elevator pitch about your relationship?
Sure.
Each of you are going to answer and don't cheat and look at each other. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Who goes first?
You're going first because you
Me?
talked. Yes.
Oh no. Me and Joanna relationship. We are those unicorns and dolphins on the Lisa Frank notebooks and folders, just dashing through time and space, shooting rainbows out of our behinds
Oh my God. Amazing.
and crushing evil.
This is
rainbows out of your butt.
I don't think you can beat that, Joanne.
I probably can't.
That was beautiful.
Done. I give it a golf.
Yes.
Done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Laura and I are a Tinder date gone very right.
Oh.
That's so well played.
Yeah. I was wearing a gorilla coat and biting into it for my picture. And I might as well have said my status, like, I don't care, whatever. And then, she had a long dress on and she held a sword. She was literally holding a full sword. And I thought, that's the gal for me. Yes.
Wow. You see, you Tinder users out there, there's hope. There's someone for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
A lid for every pot.
Yes.
What is a gorilla coat? Just out of curiosity.
It's a very good question. So I don't know why I really wanted one, several years ago now. And It's like a long fur. No animals were harmed. No actual gorillas were harmed. It's just like long black fur. And so I would wear that and big glasses and just scare people.
Amazing. Amazing. And then
love this.
How much later in time are we since the Tinder date?
Almost 5 years.
Wow.
It'll be
Just about.
4 years, May 3rd. And then we're planning to get married next year, which would be our 5th anniversary.
Yeah. We're almost there.
Okay. Do you have the date set, or this is just a plan? It's going to happen.
I do May 2nd. Yeah, because that was
Of next year.
of next year.
So you got time. You got time.
We want Barry Manilow to be at our wedding. This
Okay.
is, Barry, if
Okay.
you're listening,
Listen, no
Barry.
pressure, Barry.
because he sings our song, Can't Smile Without You.
It's the only thing we sing at karaoke.
It is.
So,
It's a classic.
So, like, obviously you need to have Barry there.
And the sword and the gorilla coat.
yes.
Yes.
Do you both still have the sword and the gorilla coat?
The sword got lost in the trunk of a rental car.
You know how this happens.
Like you do.
You can't check everything, right? You get the keys out, you get a couple snacks.
The
You forget
swords get lost.
Right.
It's gone forever.
Lost in the
sadly.
shuffle.
All the parents on our podcast are like, basically, if you substitute sword for all of the bottles that the plastic bottles
Binkies.
from your,
So also, there's news that's happening with you guys right now.
We are expecting a baby.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you.
When are you due?
August 8th.
My
Okay.
birthday's August 12th.
Get out of here. Look at this.
Are you a Leo?
Shut up, Jamie. Come on. Of
Are
course
you-
I am.
my mom asked me like 3 days ago, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she's a Leo, but I don't know.
Obviously.
So you're having a Leo.
That's it.
Jamie, I just got my new shipment from Grove. My apartment will be awash once again with welcoming, natural sense of spring and clean as a whistle. Do I ever say anything like that?
But I love hearing you say that. I could have just was going to make fun of you.
I know, but it's gonna be though. Like
Interesting word
Grove
choice,
makes
Robin.
me want to say all that.
That's amazing. Interesting word choice. But for those of you at home who don't know, Grove makes it easy to find the best natural, eco-friendly products online, Robin, and delivers them straight to your door, Robin. So you can make
the
better
buzzwords for me.
so you can make better choices for your family with just one click.
I mean, the one-click thing. It's like my middle name.
I know.
Straight to your door.
Robin, one click.
No shopping. I love that.
I know.
And the thing about Grove is that it's healthier for you and the planet, and it's still you're not losing efficacy. It really works.
Good word.
Thanks. And it also delivers natural brands like Mrs. Meyer's, Seventh Generation, Burt's Bees.
Grove rocks. I love it. I recently got Mrs. Meyer's Peony Spring Edition hand soap.
I love that.
I know I can't stop washing my hands,
Well,
which is a
maybe-
good thing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Also, listen, to our listeners who are new customers to Grove, you're going to get that free cleaning set, and it has the limited edition scents that Jamie just mentioned
Yes.
when you place your first order. But it's got to be $20,
Right.
So just
Which
select
is-
your favorite
yeah.
spring scent, like either peony, lilac, or mint, and you're going to get the Mrs. Meyer's spring hand soap. And you're also going to get the Mrs. Meyer's spring dish soap, the Mrs. Meyer's
It
spring
keeps going.
multi-service,
It keeps going.
surface spray. You're going to get the Grove Collaborative Cleaning Caddy and
And
a
there's
Grove
more.
Collaborative Walnut Scrubber Sponges. I think that comes
amazing.
with a couple of them even.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exclusive Mrs. Meyer's offer from Grove. You got to get it before it runs out, you guys.
Do it. You heard it here first, folks. Try Grove now before this exclusive spring offer runs out. For a limited amount of time, our listeners get a 3-piece cleaning set from Mrs. Meyer's Spring Scents, a free 60-day VIP membership, and a surprise bonus gift.
A bonus gift!
You love a bonus. Just for you when you sign up and place an order of $20 or
I mean,
more.
seriously, do it, people. Just
Do
check
it.
out Grove and order the special offer at grove.co/OCT. That's grove.co, not COM.
Not calm.
Jamie felt very strong about that. /OCT. Grove.co, not .com/OCT.
Get it. Be clean.
So I feel like babies are assigned genders, and I don't want our baby to be assigned a gender.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, they'll have biology and chromosomes and all that, but who cares about that? I want to have a baby that can do whatever they want as long as they're safe, including playing with gender and creating their own gender without limitations.
I get that. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, for me, for me, it's like, okay, you have an assigned sex.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like, okay, we'll go along with that, but I'm kind of okay doing like what Lara just said. You know, if there's been a grave clerical error made, don't worry. We're
A clerical error.
Clerical error.
Well, I have transcended gender.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was assigned male at birth. And I decided I was much too feminine internally to play the role of being a male. So I just stopped that. This is no good.
She makes it sound so easy. It's like decades in the making.
that.
I stopped that. Put that down.
It sounds so simple.
Yeah, like I thought I had it all figured out. So we started our fertility thing, and I had to stop hormones and spend over a year. Testosterone is the dominant hormone and like causing the secondary gender characteristics that come with that. And I had a chance to really explore non-binary gender and what gender really means despite your body.
And explain to us why you went off the hormones to live with testosterone.
So me and Joanne fell in love on Tinder, which I don't recommend Tinder.
No, we got very lucky.
Yeah.
We got very lucky. This doesn't happen.
There's a pot for every lid. Exactly.
right.
Yes.
It's pretty rare. But like we fell in love. We were inseparable. And before Joanne, I wasn't planning on having kids. I didn't want any kids to come from my transgender body. And it was mostly because of shame and internalized transphobia. I didn't feel like trans people should have children.
Really?
And I didn't
because
even
of the
realize
parenting
it.
part or because of...
I didn't feel worthy of being because I was trans, because I was brought up that way and society brought me up that way.
Right.
And I didn't realize that I was holding on to so much of that till Joanne and I fell in love, and Joanne fell in love with my whole being and not just a fake me.
Your spirit, your essence.
Yeah, you.
Right.
Yeah. And I learned that Joanne really wanted a baby. So I'm like, forget it. Let's see if we can do this. I knew it would be hard.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how hard. I started hormones and it changed my life. It gave me a body that I can use to express who I am.
Yeah.
And fall in love with a wonderful person like Joanne.
That's me. Well, and I always saw myself having a child, but I thought it'd be like Diane Keaton and Baby Boom. You know, she just like inherited, right?
Just a baby shows up one day.
That movie is so good.
Love that movie.
When she weighs the baby in the produce aisle.
Amazing.
Great.
And also, like, once you've been a New Yorker and you like know the people like going to the country, you're just like, oh my God.
Totally into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So I assumed that. I even tell my mom, like, I'm just going to inherit a baby. No worries. It's going to just happen that way for me. Don't worry. And then when I was dating women, I always found myself so like frustrated. I was like, well, if this comes up, what am I going to do? And I went on a date with this lesbian rabbi, as you do.
As
right?
you do.
As you do.
As you do.
In a pizza place. And
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
A kosher pizza place?
No.
No. Okay.
And she says, I have a plan for having kids. This is our first date. And she's like, yeah,
It's as you do.
Lesbians.
As you do.
Do better, lesbians. Save it for date 2, for God's sake.
the more you know.
I mean, the more you know.
And she said, I got a plan, you know, whoever my partner is, I'm going to have my brother give his sperm and, you know, kind of do that thing. And I'm, you know, I think that's great. You know, however you make a family, I think is awesome. But for me, I was like, boy, wouldn't it be cool if like the person I fell in love with, like I could actually like, you know, combine with? Like I was just kind of obsessed with
It's
that.
like the dream we all have.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I mean, you guys are you're living the dream.
Oh God.
You're living the lesbian dream right now because you have a baby inside you that
do.
is part of her for real,
Yeah,
and
for
not
real.
part of her brother.
Right. No.
Part of her.
Not part of a donor.
I used to,
I mean,
yeah.
that's it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I used to read up and they had, was it lab mice? They were trying to get them to smash eggs. And I thought, okay,
That's the scientific term.
Smash eggs.
Yeah.
smash eggs. And I thought, okay, mice are doing this. I got 50 to 100 years before they do it to humans.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be pretty dusty downstairs.
Dusty
but,
eggs,
yeah.
man.
Some cobwebs.
So when I met Lara, she was saying she was doing this comic. She'd drawn this comic about a trans girl.
Oh, yeah. Webcomic.
You know, I've been a writer a long time, interviewed a lot of people, and I was like, what made you decide to do that? It was like very
What's your inspiration?
It was very specific to me, you know?
Yeah,
And she goes, no reason. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get to that later. So we, what was it? We went dancing afterwards and went to a diner. And then she showed me this picture of herself before she transitioned. And I was pretty blown away. I was like, oh, this is somebody in the middle of something pretty big, pretty major. And, we made out in the parking lot.
Let's make out. You're in the middle of something. I'm attracted to that. Let's make
Was
out.
that was a big moment?
Yeah. So every time I went on a date, I didn't really take it seriously, first of all, but I would have these rites of passage. Like I'd start the date, hey friend, would you like to either play Magic the Gathering or go busking with an acoustic guitar on a park bench?
I kind of said neither. I was like, I don't want to do any of that.
Lara was like, all right then.
Okay. And then the second rite of passage.
Well, you had to pick one of the two.
Okay.
And not many people play Magic that, are on Tinder usually.
Right. I can imagine.
Yeah. So if anybody was willing to learn this complex card game or play guitar and sing with me on a public bench, then, we can get to the next step. It's worth the trouble.
Right.
This person
Sure.
is worth doing this. And usually people would read me as cisgender, so I would just go with that. And it's dangerous to go on these dates, and
Sure.
and I don't even want to bother with the whole coming out or hey, I'm trans. I don't
Especially
even
on Tinder. I don't know if I'm going to know you for more than an hour.
Yeah,
Like, why
Who
bother?
knows?
Yeah.
So Joanne managed to just plow right through all of those checkpoints.
That's how I do it.
Well, there was a connection.
Yeah.
There was a connection.
Right.
So she plowed right through. And so you showed her a picture.
We had the longest date I've ever been on. Like we went to 4 different places.
We did.
And I'm stuck with this freaking acoustic guitar because Joanne originally picked busking. So,
Oh, that's right. I thought I'd pick neither, but I think I kind of half-heartedly
yeah, you-
went for. But I was like,
And
fine,
then you
whatever.
guys didn't busk.
Yeah, no,
You didn't busk. You made out instead.
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
So now you have a guitar and you're dancing.
Yeah, it was awkward with the guitar, but we got through it.
And so after we made out in the parking lot, I was driving home, and I thought, if this works out, and I don't know what's happening with her, but if things are happening there, maybe we could have a kid.
So you were there. You went
You
there.
went there immediately. You didn't have a chance,
I did.
Laura.
I
You were
did.
like,
I really did.
you were getting married from before even.
Yeah, I want to take it back to you
Basically.
saying that you never thought you could or should have kids.
Like I when I transitioned, I had this deep sense of shame in my transition because I felt like I was always taught that gay people are wrong, trans people are wrong, we're going to hell. But I got to a point where I just couldn't live without attempting to be myself. So
It's just interesting because almost every couple we talk to, there's always one in the couple who says they didn't, well, not the younger ones, I guess, but they didn't think that they could have kids or that it wasn't an option.
yeah.
So you're not alone in that. I can't say it's the same struggle, but you're not alone in that. It's a universal thing that happens amongst the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad because typically queer people are very strong parents because of all the adversity we overcome and like all the tools we use to deal with the phobias and the depression and all of the other mental trauma that we deal with. And it's something we can pass on to other people, including children that are in our lives.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to realize that. And it took, finding Joanne to realize that I had that inside of me.
So we had Teek Milan on, and he talked about his first girlfriend wanted him to come off of hormones, and he said he just couldn't do it.
So his dysphoria was around his ovaries, really. And so that was a really hard thing for him. He didn't want to do. He didn't do it.
Yeah. I didn't realize how difficult it would be until I felt like the deep trauma. When I transitioned, I was in a very bad place. I was suicidal. I was all the horrible mental health things you can think of. That was me. And I felt like transitioning saved my life. And at the time I thought, okay, I found a solution to these problems, and it was transitioning. But when I stopped using estrogen, I got off HRT, the testosterone became the dominant hormone, and all of the trauma and baggage I had left when I stopped, it all came back 6 years later.
Ugh.
And it was as if I put it all on pause. I had to deal with all of that again, but at the very least, I had the benefit of being more emotionally intelligent and mature.
And support.
Right. You were in a
Right? Because now you're in a committed
and you were in a new place because you knew that transitioning is where your light was.
Yeah.
Right.
And I had to slowly watch my body change to the way it used to be before I transitioned.
That's hard for anyone. Robin, guess what?
Oh my God, Jamie, what?
I'm wearing the most comfortable bra right now. Yeah, It's from Lively. And seriously, I feel like I'm in heaven. It's so nice.
I don't know that I needed to know this, Jamie.
No, but you do. Because you know how awful you feel when you're wearing a bra that doesn't fit,
Oh,
right?
actually, no, I do.
Exactly.
And I have to tell you, one of my biggest pet peeves is shopping for bras.
Of course it
I mean, the
is.
sales ladies are so pretentious
I
and they
know.
tell you that you've been wearing the wrong size like your whole life,
I know.
right? And then they always bring me out some ugly grandma bra that makes me look like I have like, who's that Rosalind Russell, like with the pointy boobs? And they're
like
just
the
like,
60s
no,
boob.
that's for you.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel so bad about my body.
Listen, I'm just going to stop you right there because Lively is a company that takes bra shopping from meh to yeah.
Ooh.
Seriously, by bringing you a bra experience that leaves you feeling comfortable, confident, and part of a wider community of empowered women.
Oh, and that's what we
Love
are.
that. Well, we are.
Yeah.
Lively is a brand built for women by women to inspire them to live life passionately, purposefully, and confidently by empowering them with community products and experiences to do so.
I'm loving it.
And here's where I'm really going to sell you,
Okay.
Robin. Lively is online.
Ah.
So you don't even have to step into a store.
Okay, so now you're talking. We
I know.
all know I hate to shop.
I know,
We
I
know
know.
this. But I mean, seriously, is the bra going to fit me? Because I can't.
No, that's the beauty. They have a fit guide on the website that offers a step-by-step process for any bra type to find the perfect fit for you. No joke. I use their fit guide and the bra I got, it fits me perfectly. The fabric is so soft. It moves with my body and it's got clever little details that make my boobs look fantastic. If I do say so myself. I mean, you know, they look good. And oh, get this. I don't even want to take my bra off when I get home at night.
Oh, that's big because
It's
That's
huge.
the first thing I do. I'm thinking about taking my bra off usually around lunchtime.
Usually I'm thinking about taking it off right now.
I know.
You know,
Mine's
and
off.
that's weird, but well, also listen, if you're not completely sold yet, Lively offers a range of bra styles for all different body types. Their bras are available in 32A to a 44 triple D.
Oh,
I feel like that covers everyone.
That does,
right?
mostly. Yeah.
I mean, and you can choose from bralettes, t-shirt bras, push-up bras, plunge bras, no-wire bras. Find your own new go-to piece. They have them all.
I don't even know what half those are, but I love it.
No, and what I really loved about the website is they used real women with real bodies as the
Jamie,
models.
Listen, I
All
stopped
shapes.
listening to you like 5 seconds ago
Yeah.
because I'm already on the
I know,
website.
I see that.
I see the ladies and they're offering free and easy returns. Look at this,
Yeah.
a prepaid shipping label
Yeah.
in every pack. I am ordering one right now.
I didn't even have to use that. But listen, for our listeners out there, for a limited time, get $10 off your first order by visiting wearlively.com and enter OCT at checkout. Only available in the U.S.
And that's WEARLIVELY.com. Enter OCT at checkout. Woo!
Woohoo!
I never want to speak for Lara, but what I did
Yeah.
find myself during that time is that people were scared to ask Lara questions
Yeah.
for fear of offending her, which I get that. I really do. So a lot of times people would ask me, well, what's going on? What's that like? And I think the best thing I could say to people is, imagine you do things every day to make yourself feel like you.
Right, right.
Right? You eat good food.
Yep.
You're
Or you sleep well.
you sleep well, anything like that. And imagine you not only stop doing that, but you know that you're doing stuff to make yourself feel awful.
Yeah.
And when I said that to people who asked, they went, okay.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah.
And it was hard. It was, it was hard on me because I sometimes I didn't know how to handle it. Like when that Times article came out, it was not a great time. That one of the reasons it took us so long to get on the show is it was such a difficult time.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was always watching out for Lara.
Yeah.
Almost being like a caregiver, which was sort of a weird place to be when you're in a relationship with somebody. You know, there were times when we didn't see friends, you know, because Lara just didn't want to see anybody.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I've been on an apology tour, you know, this year now that Lara's doing great. Like, hey, sorry, things were weird last year, but we're great now. We're back. And people get it.
I can
Of
just
course.
imagine how hard that had to be.
I can't.
I mean, but by the way, for both of you, I mean, like you're in this one position where you're like identity, you can't be who you are. I mean, this was a mutual decision.
Right.
Right.
I had tremendous guilt. After a while, I was like, what the heck am I doing
Right.
to the person I love? Is this even worth it? You know,
Was it worth it? Can I ask that?
Well,
I mean, you have a baby in your belly, so I'm assuming yes, right?
Well, yeah, now
totally.
it's great. At the time, we had no idea if we'd even be able
If
to
it
do
would work.
Did you this is like in your business, but did you bank a bunch of sperm also for siblings?
Well, this
Or-
is what's funny, actually, is so like last November, Lara's like, I can't keep doing this. Because that point would have been like a year and a half.
Wait, when you say this, which do you mean? You mean banking?
being
or
off
being
of
off
hormones.
hormones?
Sorry, being off of
That's what I
hormones.
wanted to know. How long did you have to be off the hormones?
About a year solid, a little over a year, but I had been trying for a year and a half where I would be off for a month or two and I just couldn't stay off. I would go back on and I'd do that over and over until I
was
knew
probably
that I
up and
needed
down,
to just
right?
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm not getting any younger and there was such a low probability of being fertile again.
Yeah, Lara was always mad at me. That's not even me just speaking out of school.
Yeah, I was pretty awful.
Yeah.
Like hormones, they affect your mind and body in ways you don't really realize until you're experiencing it. Also, there's studies out there that talk about how trans people's brains usually fire off in similar ways as their cisgender counterparts based on their gender identity.
Yeah.
So what I find, and not just from me, but other trans people's experiences that I've talked to, when they don't have the correct hormones in their body, it causes these horrible mental health issues. And it causes you to just be grouchy is like the baseline, you know?
Like you're hoping for grouchy.
Yeah. Right.
And you just can't control it. And I'm in this body and this mind, and I still love Joanne. So I'm like begging Joanne to break up with me and just.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So I don't, every time, like, no, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna still be here.
Yeah.
And
Oh, this is heartbreaking.
it was very
Hard. Very hard.
And so during this year, you're trying to, and so what's happening is you're trying, it's not happening.
Yeah. And I knew if I stopped, I wasn't going to do it again because I
Right.
knew myself I would be finished with the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Because you were like, I'm doing this one time.
So we had this one, two nights that this whole thing could have happened. You know, the
Yeah. Because you said in your article that you guys tried the old fashioned ways, the way that was your
Yes.
phrase.
Oh,
that
you
coined.
did?
yeah, the old fashioned way. Yeah. So
I always assumed it was in a fertility center. and
no, this was in the heat of the moment. As
you
they
baby
say.
danced.
We baby danced.
You baby danced.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a new term.
Yeah,
we just
learned
learned.
it. We just learned it from Tiff and Carissa, our recurring segment.
Yeah.
I'm so into that.
Yeah.
Baby dance.
You baby danced.
So we baby danced. We baby danced pretty hard one night in November. Now, what night that was, I'm not sure, but she was still angry. This is, you know, baby can't hear this because this was
Fine.
we got some drinks at Pieces, you know, Pieces.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I was singing at the top of my lungs "Shallow" by Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
Whitney
as you do.
Houston, as
So
you
much
do.
emotions.
And then we got home. And
I get so emotional, baby.
we got home and Lara was bagging on me about something as usual, you know, and I'm crying and screaming, but I think we still baby danced. So
Yeah, it was an angry baby dance.
it was sweet. It was totally hot, but it was like,
There you go.
Yeah.
that's really the key.
Those are
there.
the fun ones.
Keep doing it, you know, keep getting together because
Yeah.
Yeah.
even when you're mad. So was that, or there was a nice calm night too, and there's sort of a few days between.
So it actually happened the old fashioned way.
It
Yeah.
did. She was kind of done in November.
Oh, yeah. I was
Done
pretty
with
with
The whole process. Like you were
You were
ready
like,
to go
this is it.
back
This is
on
it.
hormones.
So it was your last
It
ditch
was-
effort.
it was,
We didn't know though. We weren't doing this on purpose anymore. We just thought things were over, but we're still doing it to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you do.
Like you do. And we just were like, we're just going to bank this sperm.
Yeah, after the whole thing, a year and a half, a typical cisgender man, he'll have about 20 to 30 million sperm, I
Sure.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was at 1 million, and they're all crooked and broken tails,
Screwed up.
spinning in circles.
Yeah, just like one eye instead of
They're like
sperm have eyes in my head.
unicorn sperm.
Well, because she got
Doing
a
their
semen
thing.
analysis before that, and we went to. It must have been the gayest part of this hospital. This beautiful swirling man. This is real. We're walking down the hall for her to get this semen analysis, and we're hearing the song "Luck Be a Lady" by Frank Sinatra.
Yes.
lady tonight.
He stands and he goes, "We've been waiting for you."
Oh my God.
And so Lara goes, and he is the king of
Yeah.
this semen analysis
Yes.
palace.
It was weird. The place was like a dungeon, like
It was.
like cinder blocks and
Isn't it
like
amazing the
moisture
places we'll
leaking out of
go
the walls.
to make babies? LGBTQ
Yeah.
people.
So she had to go in this terrible dinky room.
Oh.
Meanwhile, like Mambo Italiano is now playing.
Wait, which
Mambo
version? I'm like,
Italiano.
Midler's version is my favorite.
Yeah, which one?
Which one?
Probably what's his face?
the original one. Yeah.
I mean, that's fine.
And it's so
It's so
funny.
bizarre. It's just bizarre.
This guy says to me, he goes, "I want to have kitties." It was like a monologue was starting. He goes, "I wish I could have kitties. I'm so jealous. My husband doesn't want kitties, but I wish I could." He was jealous of me. He was just roiling in
And you were just like, can you just analyze it, please?
and you're
so
like,
into it.
Mambo.
this horrible bathroom, like trying to like psych myself out.
You were in a bathroom? It wasn't
Yeah.
even like a room with a couch?
No, it was this awful bathroom, like
Ah.
cinder block walls, and like the mirror was like you could barely see yourself in the broken, dusty mirror, and I just sort of transport myself to another time.
Yeah.
And that's where, where they found out about the crooked sperm. And the same day we were walking on Bleecker Street and they were selling these tiny little dolls. She's wearing a hat and a skirt. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to carry this in my wallet as a good luck charm. And it was supposed to bring you financial good luck. But I thought, hey, maybe babies too. So I got that. And then a few days later, we went to bank sperm, like actually bank it after that analysis. But what we didn't realize at the time was that I was already pregnant.
Oh, so this was after November.
This was November. It was in
Oh, this was in November.
Yeah, it all
This was
happened in
after the angry night.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, it was.
And the calm nights. How full did you say on the angry night?
Yeah, there was
also a nice
one.
night.
Pretty
I mean,
angry.
so
Let's
it
assume
was
it's the good nice night.
Thank you.
Or both.
And then I had to go on assignment to the Bahamas.
Like you do.
It's normal. And Lara was about to get back on HRT. She's still pretty mad at me,
I was
but
so mad. Oh my god.
I like that the story is told
my
through
God.
phases of how mad Lara is. at you. She's a 7 on the 10 scale of angry with me.
yeah.
I gotta tell you, I had to go. I needed a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I didn't want to be selfish, but it'd been a long time. And I needed a break, and so I went to the Bahamas, and I'd wake up and I'd hear Rihanna music every morning.
Yes, Rihanna.
Right by the pool.
Why?
And I got, I got pretty drunk. I drank some delicious
Sure.
drinks because it was a food event.
Like every straight woman in the history of
pregnant.
babies.
Yeah.
And then they oh my gosh, they cut up this enormous 20-pound tuna as part of the food event. It was, you could hear the bones cracking. It was wild.
I don't even want that if I'm not pregnant.
So I'm drunk.
And
I
pregnant.
don't know I'm pregnant. I have no idea.
And you really literally, it's not like you're in the 2-week wait. You're not thinking this is happening.
No, I think it's all over.
Yeah.
Laura's sending me nasty messages, and I'm like,
Oh, Lara.
Having fun in Bahamas?
Yeah, I'm like livid. I'm like having all these issues and Joanne's in the Bahamas, and I'm like, screw this.
And I was saying, it's a road trip. I tried to actually take her on this particular trip, but they wouldn't let me.
I didn't want to go. Anyway.
For the best. Yeah, it's for the best. But I thought I was trying to still work on it's weird. I was trying to work on my career while all this was happening. I still had to keep money coming in and all that. And so she was being really livid with me. And so I'm just drinking up a storm, palomas and all that. And then I eat this tuna, which I never would have done usually, but I was drunk as a skunk and it doesn't take much. I go to bed, I flop into bed about 3 a.m. I wake up with my hand over my mouth. Like, I don't feel so good. And I'm not a big vomiter at all.
Yeah.
I got like a cast iron stomach, and I go and I just let it rip.
Yeah.
I think, I guess I really overdid it, huh? But the rest of the trip, I felt like that morning sickness. Now that what I would know.
Now you know. Yeah.
Is morning sickness, but I just thought, man, I really can't eat anything. And this is a food event.
I love how they say morning. It's not morning.
It's all
not morning.
Nausea.
So I get home, and then Lara, you took your capricious trip.
Oh, like I was so pissed. I said, screw this. I'm starting hormones again. I don't care anymore. So
It's hard.
I say, forget it. Joanne's in the Bahamas. I'm going to find the next closest, cheapest flight anywhere on Earth.
Good for
And-
you.
Yeah.
Atta girl.
Iowa.
It's London.
Ooh.
She went to London,
So
yeah.
I'm like, solo
For
trip
you.
to freaking London.
Get on with your bad self. I have no idea what to get my mom for Mother's Day. Okay?
You just need to get her Storyworth.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's this thing I just found. It's this easy and it's a fun way to get your mom to share all her stories. Okay, basically, it's so simple. Each week they send her email story prompts. There are questions that basically you'd never think to ask your mom, but they send them to her. She replies with her stories. And at the end of the year, they send you a hardcover book that's bound. It's all professional with your mom's stories.
Oh, wow. I like this. I mean,
Right?
my mom tells all these hilarious stories. And there's like all this stuff about her family that my kids need to know. But obviously I don't like to ask my mom. Like, you don't want to ask all the questions. So this is great. Ooh.
Right? And it's such a cool idea. And I'm just thinking about my stepdad who tells these stories in just like a really funny way. Like he kind of repeats things a lot. And I'm thinking like now he could tell the stories in his voice and then we will all have them forever.
Yeah, totally. I mean, like I wish this came about when my dad was still alive. But
I know. My parents too.
Yeah, well, the cool thing is my mom knows his stories, so I can tell her to tell his too and put them in the book, and then they will live on forever.
Right,
and it's like sharing them.
It's so awesome. And from like a technical point of view, it's super easy. Like she can just email them in, or she can upload pictures by email or on the web. And there's even an app where you can upload stuff too, which, you know, if she's tech savvy, which I don't think she is, but
she is. She's tech savvy.
Sweet. All right. Well, then listen. So she can use the app and then she can invite an unlimited number of people to receive her stories.
Oh, that's cool. I'm sending this to her right now. She's seriously going to be really excited.
Listen, and for all of our listeners, we've got a special for you. You can get $20 off Storyworth. You just visit storyworth.com/OCT when you subscribe.
That's
$20 off, Jamie.
Storyworth.com OCT.
That's right. Okay, cool. Let's get back to it.
I'm doing it. Okay.
When did it occur to you that you might be pregnant?
So I'm in London, just like being a proper tourist.
Yeah.
And I visit everything. I'm like,
I was picturing you on a double decker bus with like one of those like bobby hats.
Yep,
like
that's me.
I'm like stick.
And I'm like just lost. My phone's about to die. I'm lost in London, just grinning from ear to ear. And I see Joanne's been calling. So
yeah, where are you? Yeah. You're in London. She's like, I'm lost, capriciously, whimsically lost. But like, you know,
crazy lost.
But just to be, you know, I've been keeping an eye on her for 1.5 years now. Worried what she's going to do. And sometimes she would turn off. Sometimes she would turn off her phone because she would be mad
about that.
Yeah, it was terrible. So I'm like, oh great, she's in London. Great.
I started estrogen again before I went to London. So it was starting to come together.
Yeah. How long does it take to?
It's immediate in some ways, but for like the real changes, it takes at least a month to really have any real effects mentally.
And so you'd been on it that way a week and a half,
about
right?
2 weeks.
Week and a half.
So she's calling you.
So
you pick up your phone.
So we started talking, and Joanne's just vomiting.
Well, I wasn't vomiting. Actually, to be fair, I only vomited one time back in the Bahamas. But I was so nauseous. I was eating a lot of garlic, which I didn't know actually curbs nausea.
Oh.
The baby knew better than me. So I'm just like eating a lot of garlic, a lot of Italian takeout. Like, what's wrong with me?
Oh, so you still didn't know?
No, it was comical. I was like, the star in a movie about being pregnant and the star's not getting it, but the audience knows.
This is hilarious.
And I'm like, my boobs are so big. Why?
It's so funny as you must have been so tuned into all of that for the last year, and then all of a sudden that mental, like when you gave up, you stopped
done.
paying attention to anything.
Exactly.
It's hilarious.
I was like following the periods and the ovulation cycles every month.
Yeah. So the call was just to say, I don't feel good. I'm eating a lot of garlic.
It was. Yeah. Just
And-
like, here's what I'm doing.
And you left me.
Yeah.
Right. Also, I'm mad too now.
Also,
So I wanted to climb the O2 arena. That was my goal.
Okay.
And I started like way prime meridian, which is like a long walk. So I'm like, forget it. Let's just walk along the River Thames. So I'm walking along the Thames, and there's like this pier, and it's ancient, it's like collapsed. And next to the pier is this weird sign coming out of the water. And there's like these little geese, like a grumble of geese, they come by. And the sign was like the trans colors, pink, blue, and white. I'm like, what the heck? That's odd. That's random. And the sign said, promises becoming. So
yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
And it was a
So-
sign.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like for about a mile, I'm like, I gotta practice my accent. I'm gonna be a local before I leave. So I'm promises becoming promises,
And it became a mantra.
yeah.
Funny.
So then Joanne calls, and I'm like, I'm angry about something. I don't know.
Who knows anymore? Take a number. Something I was
It's
doing.
so weird. I can't even be angry now.
I can't even imagine you
I
angry.
know, you're so zen. It's like hilarious.
It's so funny. Everyone's like, I don't imagine her angry. I'm like, well, you should have seen her last year.
Oh yeah. It was
Yeah.
Oh.
But I told her I wasn't feeling so great. She said, well, maybe you should take a pregnancy test.
Oh, so you thought it right away.
Well, like all the symptoms are like, okay, these sound like pregnancy symptoms. And I'm like, when's the last time you had your period?
And I went, I just don't know. I was so clueless.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Joanne,
I misplaced it. I don't know where it went.
I lost my period.
So
I had a few tests under our sink that I had bought initially because this few months before I would actually had gotten my period, but I thought maybe it's implantation bleeding.
Yeah.
Like a
Well,
lot
we
of
all
it.
went through that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I had been in
It almost never is, by the way.
it never is. And I was at like a CVS pharmacy, and I was literally between the aisles of with the maxi pads and pregnancy. I was literally in between, and the song that was playing was just the two of us.
aw, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I do love that song.
I do love that song. There were these kind of whimsical ladies who were just like, pregnancy, ew. And they literally walked away. And I was like, wow.
Or
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. So those are the tests. I still had a couple of them. So I took one and, I got the double line. Whoa, what?
Yeah.
And then I took another one and same thing. Like, what?
And so, and Lara, you were in,
She was on the phone with me.
oh, you did this on the phone.
Yeah.
I did it on the phone.
In London.
My phone's about to die. I'm lost somewhere in London, and like we're going through it, and I'm like, okay, so you haven't had a period in 28 days. So there's something going on here. And like, honestly, even though we did all of that stuff and we stored sperm and there was sperm and everything, it didn't click that there could actually be a real human baby at some point.
I didn't
Right.
either.
Until
Right.
so was it because of because you were so in this emotional like sort of trauma that it never
Roller
occurred to you about
coaster.
the baby?
Yeah, it's kind of what it was. We kind of forgot about
You were on the roller coaster.
Yeah, it was just about like maybe succeeding so that you could stop being in trauma
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
versus there's a baby.
Yeah, we just thought we were going to bank sperm and revisit in January.
You were like, we might
Right.
as well try while we're
Yeah.
doing it the old fashioned way, but we're going to mostly focus on banking sperm.
You know, it's funny. In November, when we were giving it to each other, I don't even think we're thinking about making a kid.
Giving him the business.
Yeah, we were just kind of going at it. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't even know if I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that funny? Like when you let go is when you made the baby.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and when I let go is when I got through my infertility. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
talk to us about the moment you realize. So you see the double line.
I'm a little stunned. You spend your whole life trying not to be pregnant.
Isn't that the way?
Isn't that the thing? Isn't that ridiculous?
It messes with you.
Yeah.
It messes with me. So I was excited, but I was also really nervous, actually, because, Lara was still in the process of coming back, basically.
Yeah.
Initially, when we started it, I knew who I wanted to have a baby with and wasn't sure about this new Lara. I'm like, I don't like her so much.
Dark Lara.
Dark Lara, bad Lara.
Things had gotten tough.
Dark Lara with a goatee. Yeah, she's in an alleyway. Hey, Toots, she flicks her cigarette at you.
I'm putting it out. I picture her putting it out in her hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you see the double line, Joanne, you're a little conflicted.
I was very conflicted.
And then Laura, for you.
Yeah, I'm like, holy crap, this actually worked. Like, this is actually a real thing we did.
And what were your emotions around it?
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess I should come home now.
You come home early?
Oh no.
No, whatever. See you when I see you.
You're like, I'm here.
Eat some more garlic. You'll be fine.
I'm going to be home soon after that, I think.
Yeah, it was like pretty much the end of the trip.
And also,
anyway.
at that point, you got to just stay. It's you're there.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about that.
So you were excited a bit. Not excited.
Definitely. Definitely.
I was worried about it. I mean, I thought, oh gosh, I'm making a kid with this freaking person. This is not what I signed up for.
Oh yeah.
So that was part of my conflict. And I went to an urgent care center later that day to confirm that I was pregnant. The doctor was so funny. She goes, "Yep, you're definitely pregnant." Just like how she said it, like, you're just a little pregnant. I know I'm definitely pregnant. You crazy. What the? So when she got home, we went to our current doctor now, my current doctor. Doctor says, so how did this happen?
Wait,
the doctor didn't know what you were doing?
Yeah. Like
No, it was a new
your
doctor.
OB?
Because
This
it's
is
a
my
new.
OB-GYN,
No, she said she went back to her regular doctor.
No. This was a first time visit. With
the one that's going to birth your baby. We went to a different OB/GYN to birth the baby, and then I went back to my old.
But we went there, and so Lara's just sitting in the corner.
Yeah, the doctor read me as cisgender and thought we were just the typical lesbian couple and did the lesbian thing, the typical lesbian thing. But we had to explain that, I'm trans and we did all this crap and it was awful, but we're here and it's good. So
and that's how you explained it.
But I was so used to sort of, like, I guess in some ways covering for Lara or being her speaker that when the doctor asked that, I said to Lara, I go, is it okay if I tell her?
Right.
The doctor goes, I have to know.
But does the doctor have to know that? No.
Apparently
You could just say it's a known donor.
No,
but you don't want to
apparently she
say
didn't.
that.
She needed to know if it was a natural conception or something.
Oh,
that's what she was telling me. Yeah, whether it was IVF or whatever. She said she needed to know.
Oh,
So I went with that.
We're all making faces like she's want to get in your business.
No, I mean,
I'm just kidding. No,
because they do need to.
No, they need to
There
know.
must be some scientific reason why
If
they
there's
need
an
to
OB
know
out there,
that.
tell us why you need to know.
We'd like to know.
Email us and tell us why you need to know.
Yeah.
Were you A, smashing ovaries? C, doing it to each other?
See, baby dancing.
Terms by Joanne.
I'm concerned for this baby's sex education.
I'm not concerned at all. I think
By
you
the way,
guys.
4th, 5th, 6th grade, they'll do it in class. You're fine.
Okay, good.
You're fine.
cool.
It's a beautiful story.
It really is.
Thank you.
I just,
Yeah. I'm happy
you're
for you
all-
guys.
You're all back
Thank you.
together now because you're.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you're that all calmed down. And,
Oh yeah, we're golden now.
Oh, yeah, we back to having fun.
Oh.
Now that goatee Lara's gone. Oh
yeah, no thanks.
I can take over again.
I just have such an image of goatee Lara in an alleyway with a cigarette. It just
It's funny you say that. My bad self is Alleyway Joe.
Alleyway Joe.
Alleyway Joe.
All right. So Lara's not alone in this.
No, I can be
no.
Alleyway Joe.
That's
Oh, it
amazing.
happened.
I gotta have a name for
This should be your elevator pitch.
Alleyway Joe goatee Lara.
Oh my God. Alleyway Joe is very Italian, has all the money.
That's
Goes,
you.
What
Yeah.
do you need all this for, Toots? That kind of.
Ooh.
Alleyway Joe's
Oh,
bad.
yeah. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, Alleyway Joe's bad.
This is definitely going to be. We're going to need to revisit you two because we're going to need to follow up.
I'm really
yes.
excited for you guys.
I am too.
Thank you.
This is groundbreaking. This is huge what you guys have done.
Oh, thank you. We forget about. Oh, and people get delightfully confused. I do want to mention that. Everybody's very sweet, but people have come up to me and went, "Oh, so Lara's pregnant." No, not so much. But But it's so cute. How could you be mad?
No, it's great.
I would do
right?
it.
Are
Like,
people afraid to ask you guys questions?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Well, yeah.
Oh, people just
People are afraid to ask us questions too. So it's like, it's a
Right.
couple of drinks in at a party when people are finally like, I didn't want to ask.
I feel like we do need to talk to you guys more.
I know. We need.
Well, we're gonna come over for
have a follow-up.
dinner,
Talk to us
like we do. Yeah.
Well, by the way, we invite ourselves to everybody's house, so see you soon.
over.
Nobody's had us over yet.
Jimmy reveal party. Don't worry.
That's exciting.
Nobody. It's true. Not a single person has been like, come over.
We're gonna break that trend.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be at this
But
gender
we
reveal
should have
party.
a voice memo check in from you, maybe like one later in the pregnancy, and then after you have the baby.
Oh, we'd
for
love
season
that.
Yeah,
4,
let's do it.
because our listeners are going to want to know how.
Oh,
it
our
goes.
listeners are going to want to know all about you guys. I mean, not to get up in your biz, but
It's okay.
I think we already got up in their biz.
One of the reasons we do talk about it is we don't hear about a lot of people like us.
we need representation is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear a lot about it, and we're doing the best we can, and we think it's important that if people are thinking about it, like my article was very big. If you're young and you're thinking of transitioning, fertility does play a role in that.
Yeah.
And if you're trans or queer, and you should be able to think about your fertility as in conjunction with your gender identity and your sexual orientation.
Yeah.
It's all comes together.
Well, it's
Yes.
like, how do you know what's possible if you don't hear the stories?
Right.
I feel like we have already had our kids, and so we know how certain paths work, because it's like, we researched them, we got the binders, we did it, right? I forget that for people coming behind us, they don't know yet. And we get so many people reaching out saying, I had no idea, or I felt alone. Like we had a listener that wrote, it's like, it's nice. I think just you're sharing it so other people in your situation won't feel alone. And I think that's critical.
This is why I had the idea, because I was going through something, being a gay woman trying to get pregnant, and it wasn't working, and it wasn't out there.
No.
Yeah.
Right? So representation means everything. I just needed to hear someone who had a similar story to me, and I couldn't find it. How is that possible in this day and age that I couldn't even find a lesbian story that was similar to mine?
That's crazy.
In every medium we have out there now, right? So it's really special that you guys have shared this story.
Definitely.
And I think that it's going to help people who, like you said,
Yeah. And we can take, we come together and talk about it, and then we talk about it in our own ways too. People ask me different questions than they ask Lara.
right?
I'm writing a memoir right now, and I've totally rechanged it to it's a letter to the baby. How you got here. And Lara's working on things about it too, and then we also want to come together about it. So it's sort of it's nice that we can express ourselves individually and together about what happened, because we're thinking of doing a rock opera, right? Aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, yes! I just got raspy
Please
with
do.
that. Yes,
Bring it down a notch.
you two are very creative people, and so it's really great that you are the trailblazers right now.
Thank you.
With this conversation and it being as open as you are. Thank you so much for being open with it. And this is really special. You guys are special. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Here's to check-ins.
Oh yes, we'll be back.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
guys. We love you. This was great.
You guys.
Thank you.
I'm so glad they came in and
I
shared their
love
story.
them.
Weren't they delightful?
They're so fun.
I loved that they talked about, how they're a little bit out there alone. And I hope that sharing the story helps some other couples that might feel like that they're alone, feel less alone.
I mean, it's Lara's story.
It's fantastic.
Like,
I mean, it's hard,
but also, God, so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
I
And the
loved
more
it.
we talk about this, the more we can normalize this and
just highlight
like
ourselves.
Lara said, it'll be normal to see a pregnant woman walking down the street with a beard.
going to happen.
How awesome would that
It'd be
be?
amazing.
Because, hey, we come in all kinds of colors and shapes.
Oh, Jamie. I will tell you this, as we move through some things and say goodbye to everyone. We have come back. We eventually have to say goodbye. We have to stop talking at some point. But
I
listen,
thought you meant like forever. What are you trying to tell me?
No, I broke up with you, Jamie. That just happened. You didn't get my text? No, listen. We I want to say that next week, Tiff and Carissa are back. We have a little pause because they were in the 2-week wait, and I'm dying to know if what happened.
We've been really, really, really doing our best to hold our tongues.
I want you
and
guys
keep
to know
from asking.
we are not finding out ahead of time. I mean, we
No.
are a little bit. Obviously, we get the clips before
Right.
you, but we don't know.
No.
And I can't wait. So come back
and
next
we don't,
week to
and we,
Tiff and Carissa.
we care about their privacy too.
Yes.
So.
And in the meantime, go get your tickets to see us live at the Green Space.
Do it.
Go to ovariestalk.com to get tickets. It's June 10th at 7 p.m. at the Green Space.
Let's sell them out so they bring us back again and again and again.
And in the meantime, you can email us at ovariestalk@gmail.com or where else, Jamie?
Instagram at ovaries_talk or Facebook on If These Ovaries Could Talk. Also the traditional, the Twitter. Go for it. At Ovaries Talk.
Ovaries Talk. We got it. We got this. Let's thank our sponsors, Jamie.
All right. Well, thank you, Grove, and thank you, Lively.
New bras and cleaning supplies.
You do them together and it feels so good.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't smell while you clean. So don't forget to use the promo code OCT for your purchases.
Don't forget.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, ovaries.
Goodbye, out.
Out.
That was like from Rent.
If these ovaries could talk, they would say, X ovaries out.